Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Woo! We made it through the week, and I'm so excited to be here. I am ready with my drink, which is kind of feeling a little low, but I will definitely fill up later after we share some story time. Definitely a packed week.
Happy Aloha Friday. I set the intention to share a whole lot of positivity and lots of laughs today.
It is Pauhana, bitches. Like, we are ready and we are rocking and rolling. I'm going to tell you right now, I have the worst suntan line ever in the history of all things. And holy moly, I maybe have not seen sun in a very long time.
Or the sun hasn't seen
and
you.
And it is very evident. You know what? I felt bad for the sun for a little while because I was pretty pale. And now I'm just like toasted red with some raccoon eyes. But I really think, and there's an important message I want to share with all of you out there. Mm-hmm. Protect your eyes, right?
Yeah.
You don't want some scar tissue pterygiums. You don't want cataracts too early in life. So between having raccoon eyes or cataracts or some kind of weird scar tissue grow over my eyes, I choose raccoon eyes. However, it was kind of gross today because my forehead decided to peel.
Just a
and
side
I realized
effect,
like I had a whole
normal side effect of burning your flesh.
Whole layer. A whole layer of it was just, it looked like potato skin. And I was like, I literally burned my skin.
Well, so fun in the
death.
sun, just be cautious, sunscreen, wear a hat, wear sunglasses.
Right. This is our PSA.
This is what we know. Also, when you go and play in the lakes, rivers, the ocean, you need to wash your clothes. You need to rinse that after you get out.
All the things. Like, you just don't even know the smell. The smell is just ridiculous. You should always wash your stuff.
Your boards, you got to wash your paddle boards, your surfboards,
your body,
paddles, everything that went into the water. You got to rinse that with fresh water.
Can I just go on a rant for a second? One of my exes in Hawaii, she actually told me like later on after we were not dating anymore that she dated a girl that would not rinse off or change out of her wet paddling clothes after practice and everything would get icky gooey. So just want to say for the record, I have the best damn hygiene like ever. And so do you, Mai. And we know what's up. So you know what? All of you people out there, don't date somebody who doesn't rinse off after being in the ocean because that's gross.
Well, okay, so there's a lot of things in the ocean. I mean, a lot of people go in there and humans, we're gross going into the ocean. It's
not just the humans. It's literally a huge toilet bowl for every creature that lives in the ocean. And we dump a lot of trash and waste into the ocean.
Sewage gets pumped out there so often. Those spills happen. Any kind of
cesspool.
Kind of big rain will set off those. They overflow, and the sewage they always go, oops, it just spilled in the ocean. Oops. That's not enough. That's not an apology. That's not holding anybody accountable. That's not doing anything to fix it from happening again. This is just terrible. Humans are awful.
But we could do better. We always can do better. Humans have the capability of being very, very good or very, very bad or just complacent in any way. But just our PSA, wear sunscreen. Be kind to the ocean. Be kind to the bodies of water and all the animals that live there. Yes. I think I even burned my eyebrows because, like, now that I'm feeling them,
they feel crispy.
I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, they're a little bit crisp. And so I know, like, my entire face. Like, I've never burned my upper lip before, but I did. And I don't normally burn. And that's the thing. That's maybe why I'm so, like, amazed that I had this layer of skin. You know what? It was time for me to shed my winter skin and embrace summer that is coming. But surprisingly, in Texas, it's going to get cold next week. And I was like, wait a minute. I can't handle it being 50 degrees in April, almost May. And it's going by so quickly.
We are almost at summer.
I don't know. Has the earth...
I'm so ready.
Has the earth tilted?
I don't know. We're not scientists.
Are you ready for summer?
But I am totally ready for summer.
Well, we could be scientists. We could say the earth is tilting a little bit because honestly, we never have cold fronts.
There's a lot of
April.
contributing
usually
factors. It's
like,
not just the planet might be tilting, but there's a whole lot of things happening in our environment, and neither of us have degrees to talk about it.
you know what? I'm just gonna say something has shifted and the world is changing.
Climate. It's definitely climate change for sure.
Climate in all aspects of life, not even just the weather. But this week, one of the very important things that happened was that my car was completely blacked out and tinted. So I'm very appreciative of that as we start to roll into the hotter months, because now my car is like super shady on the inside. The only thing is it's so dark that I'm like, wow, it looks like nighttime in my car right now, and it's
Do you
totally broad
have
daylight.
legal tint limits in Texas?
We do have tint limits, but you can get a doctor's note and actually have your entire car blacked out,
Wow.
and it'd be legal. But the back of my vehicle, so any part that's not the driver is completely blacked out, and then my driver's side is at 20%. And then my windshield, actually, they did the entire windshield, is at a 50%, which is still pretty dark, but my brother has it at 30% and I can barely see out of it. So I'm like, all right, this is not going to work. So we got it at a 50%, and it's very nice. Like, you don't know what you have until it's like 110 with an index of 150 outside and you're cooking eggs on your car, So that's that. Very exciting.
Now I remember now
nice.
my car's a lot older, and I remember you having your big truck here in Hawaii, and you had it covered in a sticker, giant sticker. What was it called? And it had that look of.
Oh, I had it wrapped. Yeah, it was a satin matte black wrap.
And I feel like, could I do that to my car, or should I just paint it?
Is it worth it?
I don't know. I mean, it's a little it's a, what do you call? It's a manual transmission, and it rocks, and I love it. But I've gone shopping for new cars, and the manual transmission is not the same. And they have like cheater flappy paddles, and it's mostly automatic, and I think that sucks.
Well, I want to give out a shout out to a veteran-owned business there in Kaneohe. It's based. It's Eco Wash Hawaii, and the guy who owns it, very kind. He would be a really good resource if you were to ever want to get your car wrapped, or because he wrapped part of my car in the beginning, the first time I was in Hawaii, and then when I came back and had it like completely done, he was very impressed. But he does do professional wraps, and so he might be able to give you a good price, or at least set you in the right direction. But there's always those cheap places that will completely paint your car, or you could totally do it yourself. There's a lot of DIY on how to do it, and like tape off your car, the bits, and then you can spray paint it yourself and seal it. Which, by the way, I have done to my dad's car. His paint on his vehicle was kind of like chipping, because the sun is so hot. It like cracked all the way to the kind of like the base part of it, the fiberglass. And so what I did was I sanded it. I taped it off the bumper. It was just the bumper. And I bought the original paint color, which turned out to be like a navy blue matte. And so I just sprayed it very lightly and then let it dry. And then I sprayed it with the clear, and it looks really great. Like, it's not perfect, right? Because it's not a professional job. But the point was, it no longer looked cracked, and you could not see the fiberglass anymore, but you could see that it was painted all one color, and it was like no scratches. But I like that matte look to it. So even when I put the clear coat on it, it still had that matte. So it's not like shiny anymore. But it was good. It was good enough, right? For an older vehicle. Like, nobody cares.
Yeah, and actually that's kind of the truth in Hawaii. Nobody really cares what kind of car you have, because everybody's car is full of sand.
Right. Except mine when I was there. Like, no sand.
You would try very hard. And you were
I did a good job.
I mean, I remember we would come off of the beach and you'd be like, no, we have to have towels for the seats, towels for your feet. And then there were
towels for the feet, towels everywhere. For the seat. That is like the new slogan. You should do that as the title. Towels for the seat and towels for your feet. and sand up every crevice, sand in every crevice.
But
that's how I felt.
We would have to. Your car, we'd have to be so clean, and my car would just be like, "Get in, let's go."
I know you were kind of like whatever, but I think your car in a nice matte spray might actually be really cool.
Yeah, well, I'd like to go look at it. And wasn't that guy in the mall, like at Windward Mall?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, he was at Windward Mall, and he was like underneath the thing.
And that's kind of a good thing because you could just go and park over there with him. And I bet if I called like around Christmas time, like if you had to go shopping, he would reserve a space for you. And he could time it.
That's true.
And they have the movie theaters there. Probably, you do a little bit at a time every time you want to go see a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would have a problem. Like the most important places on yours is the roof, the hood of the car, and maybe the back. The doors, okay, fine. But your car is like so small that I feel like it would take maybe a day to do it. It wouldn't take that long. And he's really good at it now. When he was first starting out, I was supporting him when he first started that business. And now he's pretty popular now. But I mean, just I feel like when he was doing it in the beginning, that's why I got a better deal, just because he was practicing. But now I think he would do you justice. And if not, just wrangle up the kids and tell them to help you tape the car. You tape the windows and the door handles and all that stuff, or you don't do the door handles, but you just do all the hinges, and I think it will look really great. I actually enjoy restoring headlights on people's vehicles. I don't know if you see them; they start to turn like yellow. I actually take a power drill and do it, and I've done several people's. Like I'll tape their whole headlights, and I will like polish them until they're like brand new. I did my parents, and they were like, "Holy crap, it's so bright now!"
Okay. Is it like with just like
overwhelmed.
a buffing kind of thing?
Yeah, buffing power drill. Yep. And it takes like a really steady hand because you can totally take that drill and like take all the paint off. Seen that happen? I did that. Remember when I was buffing my car? Like I accidentally overbuffed it. Took the paint off the front. Yeah. Yeah. So I have a little boo-boo on my vehicle and I put it there. Like my vehicle's perfect right now, except for that small boo-boo that I put there.
You know
but
what?
I know that
it's
I
got
did
a story.
it, so it's okay. It's a stupid story. I am going to eventually... And then I tried to paint over it, and the paint didn't match. So it has like a light boo-boo now on it. So dumb.
I wanted to... I was looking through my pictures. Looking through a bunch of old pictures. Okay. And I came across this amazing... time, and I just wanted to share it, and I'm going to show you the picture because I'm gonna.
Oh no! What is this picture?
It's just a food thing.
I'm a little bit.
It's a food thing, and it's amazing. This is macadamia nut and panko encrusted French toast in a.
Oh my god! That looks like
bacon maple syrup with whipped cream and strawberries, and this is from. It is amazing. And it is from the Royal Hawaiian Golf Club.
Oh.
And if I could just throw that out there as like this really secret, amazing place to go eat because...
I want to eat there next time I go there because that looked really
They
good.
are gorgeous. I'm going to show you some...
Oh, you can get married there,
so they do. It's a golf club. But it's a private golf club, and
so not everybody can get married there.
No, everybody.
Or maybe they can allow the venue.
But I mean, the views are absolutely stunning. And there's a popular hiking trail at the base of it. But the restaurant is called the Olena, and the food is reasonably priced, and it is so good. I'm just gonna read a couple of things. This one I know you would like. It's called the Truffled Loco Moco. So it's 8-ounce beef patty, sauteed mushrooms, Maui onions, truffled brown gravy, and 2 eggs, any style, on top with white rice or brown rice.
White rice?
Now I've ordered that.
Don't get that brown rice.
And that's amazing.
I think I want to get married there. I think I haven't been married yet. But I feel like how wonderful would it be to be married and then have like amazing macadamia nut,
You're
panko
gonna do
encrusted,
you're gonna do
panko
a breakfast
crusted.
wedding, breakfast kind of reception.
You know what? I'm gonna put breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know why? Because everybody loves choices.
But on Friday nights they used to have like live Hawaiian music, which would be really nice.
Oh, lovely.
Since the pandemic, I don't know if they've gotten fully back to that, but it is one of the most exquisite, gorgeous golf courses. And you're surrounded by the
Okay, Mai.
ko'olaus. You're in the tropical rainforest.
I'm getting married there. I'm gonna have a small destination wedding.
I wish they were
Like,
a sponsor.
For all the listeners out there, if you want to get married at this Royal Hawaiian golf course, like, I'm available.
It's just a secret place to go and check out. You don't have to be a club member. But just call ahead and make sure that they're available and they're open. Check their website.
Okay.
But it's like one of my favorite secret places to go.
Why are you just sharing this now? I feel like we could have had many, many adventures there, and I possibly could have just gotten married there for the hell of it.
No, it's I only
yeah.
Let's see. I think
Where is it on the island?
Like on your way up to Olamana. So when you're on the Pali,
okay, yeah,
and you take the off to like that area, Manawili, it's like right there.
Yep,
right there.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you for planning my wedding already and part of the menu. I've always like wondered what my sort of like wedding would be like in the future, and I feel like I have just seen
Hawaii is the most beautiful place to get married. I have a lot of friends in the wedding industry, and actually they were just fighting recently to be they just got approval to open up weddings again in Hawaii safely. And yeah, there are exquisite places all over the island to get married. And you don't necessarily have to be a member of a club. You just need a really good wedding planner who will get you into any location.
My life has not directed me towards the wedding stage at this time, but eventually, you never know. If I don't ever get married, I'm going to just have a party for myself.
That's always a good choice.
Celebrate myself at the Royal Hawaiian Golf Club or up at Turtle Bay or
Turtle Bay is one of my favorites. I love the horseback riding.
Turtle Bay.
The last time so long ago, the last time I went, we did horseback riding. We got to go on the beach. That's always special to run with the horses on the beach.
I think that's another place that I would love to go to. The hotel is magnificent. There's just such beautiful views, and all my wedding guests and my friends could do activities with
and you
me.
can absolutely stay out there.
We could paddleboard. We could horseback ride. All the things that I love combined into one.
And you're right there on the water. Absolutely gorgeous. The Kahala, also one of my favorites. I've been to many weddings at the Kahala. Also on
the poor Kahala and their drama this past week.
That was very sad. We are fully open.
The Kahala's beautiful,
it is a beautiful hotel. It's very classic Hawaii architecture with the wood shutters. It's very plantation style.
Style, yeah. The Moana Surfrider is like one of my favorites, but I just hate that it's in the middle.
It's in the middle of Waikiki, and it's a lot of people. If you're trying to have like a wedding and you want it a little bit more quiet and you want a little bit more Hawaii and less the Waikiki tourist scene, then look for those venues that are on the outskirts of it. So the Kahala is definitely on the outskirts of Waikiki, but you're still on the east side and the views are spectacular.
Yeah, I think I took my mom one time to the Kahala and we had tea and like tea time. Yeah, I would definitely go back. So there's just these particular spots that like, you go to and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
This is nice.
One of my favorites on the Big Island, which I was fortunate enough to visit before they shut down, was Kona Village, which was truly little Hawaiian style huts, grass shack, but they were fully modern on the inside. They had bedrooms and bathrooms and living rooms.
It's a yurt.
But it had like the grass shack, and it was so cute because they were all spread out like a whole village of like little tiny homes, but they were all grass shacks. I
Tiny
know. And it was
homes.
just like, and they had their individual little trails that would go in between, and there would be like main trails to get to the beach or to the pool or to the clubhouse and the gym, and they were all separated, and you had to like go for a walk, and everybody was walking everywhere, and it was so cute. And there were turtles on
That
the
is
beach.
really
It was
cute.
black sand. It was
Ooh,
spectacular.
a black sand beach. That sounds
It
so
wasn't a
lovely.
swimming ocean. There was a there was a rough current, and my aunt took my uncle out there, and he is not familiar with the ocean, especially Hawaii currents, and he was like, I feel like I almost died. And I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
even I wouldn't go swimming out there. That was terrible.
That's so
No,
funny.
she knew better. But she kept calm, and she's like, that's enough. Let's go out.
I don't know. Hawaii is just so alluring to people, but there's just I like the idea of not being on Oahu like all the
Mhm.
time, right? Like Oahu is like all you see in media and TV shows and things like that. I was talking to my brother today and I was like, I'm gonna make Hawaii my second home. Like,
Mhm.
and he was like, no, we don't want to go on Oahu. And I was like, no, I was thinking like maybe a condo on the Big Island or a smaller island because I was like, you like to fish, I like the ocean. Like our family needs something like that, you know, like a little escape, and could be a passive income.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you know, yeah, because people are always going to want to go to Hawaii and they're always going to want to rent and they're always going to want to, you know, be out there. So, and I like the different islands. I can't, I mean, Oahu's
Hmm.
great, right? You got all your things. But the other islands have like special magic to them. I just read that, what was his name? Oracle. Larry
Yeah,
Ellison, is
who
that what
bought
his name is?
Lanai, right?
Yeah, so he bought pretty much all the acreage except for like 3,500
Yeah.
acres. So it's like 99,000
Hmm.
acres or whatever. And he said he's never going to live anywhere else. Like he's never going to go because he bought a property in Florida. He bought an $80 million mansion in Florida and he's knocking the whole thing down, like leveling it.
Why?
And he's got properties because he doesn't like the
Oh,
house,
whatever.
whatever. But he's going to develop
Hmm.
it, right? And I'm just like, bro, like you have been completely enraptured
By
or like enamored or just caught up in the whole like Hawaii scene. Like it's just
Mhm.
easy, it's chill, the weather's good. Old people like warmer weather because their bones don't hurt. Like it all just
Mhm.
makes sense, you
Hawaii
know.
has
So
magic, and
yeah.
Lanai is one of those islands that there's 3 hotels. There's 2 major ones, 2 resort style hotels. One's up in the mountains. It's cold up there, and it's got a
Mm-hmm.
golf course. There's horseback riding. It's gorgeous. And then there's the one down by the ocean. That's very giant resort at swimming pools.
Is that the Four Seasons?
Did Four Seasons buy it?
I don't know. I only know that there's like a couple
Yeah. So
hotels
I've
there.
kind of stayed at both, and then there's a third one which is in the middle of the town, which is, I mean, if you drive through it, I think it's all of 5 buildings. It's not very big.
That's funny.
But and the jail is basically a kennel, and it's outside, so people will see you if you ever get stuck in jail.
Okay, don't get stuck in jail
Yeah.
on Lanai. Well, I yeah. I just really like the ocean. I mean, I don't see myself in Texas forever, and I just think having a second home is great, especially in a place that is very magical
Hmm.
to me and just feels good to be there. So, I think a lot of people go there and they have this whole like expectation, Mai Tais on the beach, which we're doing
Yep.
right now, but there's just got to be a different appreciation. And I think that's why people stay and they really fit
Yeah.
well. Because like when I was there, I fit pretty well in. Like I was just like, I'm gonna absorb this culture and love the
Hmm.
islands, right? But there's some people who do move there and they just don't have
Patience for it. Yeah.
personality. patience, personality. They're very A-type. Like you just don't do well at being an A-type personality in that
These are the people who come here and they say you're trapped on a rock in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And there just happen to be gorgeous rocks, but it takes a certain personality to actually call this home and to thrive here.
Drive and thrive.
You have to be patient. Everybody in Hawaii, when we drive around, we stop and we wait to let other people in from side streets. You know, they're turning in, they want to merge. Hawaii people will stop and they'll wait. They'll see somebody who wants to cross the street and we stop and we wait. I mean, this is like normal courtesy.
Yes.
But I have been almost rear-ended multiple times because that's what I do. Yep. I see people, they need to cross, I'm going to stop.
I think Hawaii culture can teach everyone a bit of kindness.
You got to slow down. You got to slow down when you're here.
Yeah. I learned that, you know, the first time when I moved there, it was very different. I was like, man, I'm just like too type A, right? Like go, got to get things done. And then as I progressed through living there over the years, and I was just like, you know I'm going to sit for 30 minutes to go 5 miles. Like, I'm just like, okay, put some music on, just open the window, put your hand out, chill. Like, some people are just jerks, right? Because a lot of people want to get stationed in Hawaii. And I'm not trying to say all military people are jerks, but I'm saying some of them, they're not used to living in a place like that. And there's a little bit of entitlement, right? Because I'm here. My bills are paid, like things, you know, like I want to drive like I want to drive like an ass. You know, I don't like the people who drive their motorcycles crazy, like through Hawaii, through the Poly, through the H3. Like, you don't need to drive like that.
No, this is not a place where you're in a hurry to really go anywhere. And if you can just accept that and just leave earlier, everything's going to be fine. The view is gorgeous everywhere. Soak it up. And the sky changes.
And I mean, there's places
as you're driving. It's fabulous.
There's always new places to discover too. Like, I was never really bored because there was always something new to do, right? Or you just go to the beach. The beach changes all the time. Or get into a sport
every day.
You know?
Every day.
Whether you're hula dancing or paddling or surfing or kayaking, even. I mean, kayaking's hard in the ocean.
Yeah, just go with a friend.
Everything's hard in the ocean.
No, never go out into the ocean without some other person.
Don't be me.
Don't go out there and, just chance it. It's just always have somebody, have other people around. Make sure, most people will look out for you if you you're going to go out surfing, and you wait until there's other people out there, kind of all watch out for each other.
Right. Well, there's just so much to do, but there's so much to appreciate too. And I mean, if you have friends who have boats or in part of a yacht club or a golf club, it always helps.
Always helps.
I mean, it always helps. So yeah, I miss it, but it's not out of my cards yet. Definitely could purchase a beautiful condo on another island. No big deal. Right.
There are a lot of...
What else has been happening this week?
Well, let's just stand that for a second. There's a lot of vacation homes in Hawaii, and a lot of people we've cracked down. Our government has cracked down on the vacation rentals. So there's not as many legally Airbnbs. So I think the rule is you have to have a host unless you were grandfathered in with a vacation rental license. And those were issued back in the 1980s. So if you don't have one of those, and those are transferable. So if you buy a property, ask to see if they have a vacation rental license, because that will allow you to rent your house out. I can't think of anything else. Yeah. But, I know you said a vacation rental property, there are actually some that are designated as that, especially if you buy them in the vacation rental communities. There are some out in Kapolei. There's some out on Lanai. They're kind of everywhere in these, Kona has them on the Big Island. You just got to look for them. Have a realtor help you find them. And then they'll keep it rented for you on your behalf. Waikiki, there's several in Waikiki.
Yeah. I think some of the best places that I have rented from when I was like vacationing to other islands is literally somebody else's like condo. Like it's better than the hotel. For some reason I like the idea of like having a kitchen and like having a full fridge and you know, pots and pans and stuff to make things.
Vacation rentals, I think they work better if you do a longer rental lease. So I think to get around the vacation rental rules, you have to do a 30-day rental contract. Whether you're there for the entire 30 days or not, you have to sign a contract that says you're going to be there for 30 days. Wow. Or, well, you're renting the property for 30 days.
Well, I'm just learning now about Airbnb and how like particular it is. So like if you're new to Airbnb, like I've never used it before, like there are places that will not rent to you because you have no reviews and you have no sort of kind of rapport with the people in the site. But if you do have like a reputation with Airbnb, like you get cheaper prices, you get better places. I was like, how are you supposed to get established? And apparently you have to book like the crappy
first
ones. First and get good reviews. And I was like, that sounds dumb. In a way, like the whole premise is dumb. It kind of
depends. You'll even experience that here. Like there's a lot of rental properties that they would ask like, how many people are coming? What are you coming for? Because we don't allow you to have weddings on the property. We don't allow you to have big events on the property. So be honest and just tell them, hey, I'm coming with my family or I'm coming for this. And if they can't help you, but then go someplace else. There's a whole bunch of other people to call.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a little bit rough with like Airbnb because like, you know, you can have like a really strong, like you're a good renter, right? Like I've always been a good renter and very kind and like thoughtful about stuff, but I can't get established on Airbnb because I'm not.
You don't have a history. You know, that didn't used to be like that. That's new. That's new.
Well,
it's just like
I think
you can rate your Uber driver and they can rate you as a passenger.
Yeah, and I don't think that's very fair because, like, they can rate you, but you don't know what you did wrong. Like, I have, like, a 4.92 rating. Well, I want to know where I want to know where I screwed up for my 0.08. Like, I want to know what I did. And a lot of people are like, oh, you slammed the door.
Oh, maybe. Or you didn't put your seatbelt on fast enough. Or... I'm sure there's a
or you weren't kind, or you smell
didn't
funny,
tip enough.
Or you put some. I don't think they can do that though. Like I don't think they can rate you based on your tip.
I don't know. I have no idea how it works.
I feel like that would be kind of stupid, right? Like sometimes I want to be a little stingy if I only rode for like 2 minutes. You know, in your vehicle because it was raining and I just didn't feel like walking. Whatever, but who knows? Whatever.
It's better than
I want to know why
it
was rated
it's better
lower.
As a 1, and you can keep getting better ratings.
That's true, but it's still weird. The reverse rating, I think you should be able to make a comment so people can improve.
I think we have.
Of course, if you throw up in their car or you do something stupid or attack your driver, like I feel like that's probably really wrong.
I think this has seeped in.
At least let me know how I
to a lot of our culture. Like teachers are rated. Did you in Hawaii?
Oh, if you're hot or not, right?
No, like on your teaching ability. Like you're graded. Like you have to, if all of your students don't pass like some testing at the end to make sure that they can go on to the next grade, those teachers have ratings. And I know a lot of teachers have fought it, but there's a lot of students falling through the cracks in it. I just think that this rating system is not going away because it's kind of seeping into a lot of different places. I think it all started with the darn likes on Facebook.
I thought it was everything started with if you're hot or not.
I don't know.
Remember that website? Like you put a picture up and people would rate you if you were hot or not. And then it was like rateyourprofessor.com and it was like, is this professor hot? Or if they're easy, you know, or if they like are really hard. And I would sometimes look at my professors and be like, man, can I pass their class? You know, Like I was like, I never want to be a professor that got rated. That
But
I
I
was
think
ugly.
everybody's getting kind of judged and rated for all kinds of things. And it's crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a Black Mirror episode where people have like a certain status based on how many likes they get. And like you can go up and down in the ratings. Like you do something, and if you're rated low, like you don't have a good job, and then you can't get into certain restaurants anymore. You can't rent in certain places and things. And I was like, man, I hope we never get to that. But we are kind of moving towards that.
And
now.
how detrimental is that to people's mental health? If they're having a good day or the bad day, do they have to constantly pretend to be perfect?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they showed is like the protagonist or whatever, she had to keep, like, she might have had a bad day and got a lower rating, and she was like desperately trying to like post and be cute, and when she was having a miserable day, but she had to keep her ratings up. And I think it's a rat race to be accepted and having affirmation, right? Like whether it's in the form of likes or words or physical affirmation, whatever, that you are better than someone
or just
else.
always have to be on your very best behavior.
We just always have to be on, and that's so exhausting.
That is exhausting.
Sometimes you don't want to be on. You don't want to wear a bra. Whatever, take your bra off.
No,
Fun and fancy free.
It's tough. I don't want our world to go that way. In fact, I think that the younger generation, they're over Facebook. They're over these kinds of things that require ratings.
But TikTok is very popular with the younger generations, and that's still based on
Weirdly,
likes.
there are so many old people on TikTok.
Well, there's a lot of young people too. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going to end up going, but like I just saw Facebook is going to start testing out speed dating, right? So you sign up for it and you get paired with like 10 people for a 4-minute date.
How terrible is that if you get paired with people from your own Facebook network?
That would be
awkward.
I mean, I thought about like test driving it and being like, okay, I want to meet people, but I don't ever want to meet people in my own circle because they all suck.
No.
Dating wise. Like I know all my friends and all the circle, they would be terrible.
Well,
daters.
they're just obviously if they're in your circle and you're not dating them, then they're not for you.
Yeah, there's no reason to meet them again. I would have nothing to say. I'd be like, get out of my circle, get out of my bubble, you know? So it's funny. It's just funny. I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, it has been lovely sharing. I don't even know how we get on these tangents sometimes, but I just find them entertaining and full of like, just it pushes us into the weekend, right? Like we have so much to talk about. Time flies, but we really appreciate you guys supporting us. And as we continue to grow, there will be a lot of content coming out once our website is done and go, and we'll have like a special go live. But check us out. MaiTais@sunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have a Medium platform and anywhere you want to listen to your favorite podcast, we are all over the map. We've been on YouTube, and it's just amazing to keep scrolling through. And now we have like over several episodes. We're over 15 episodes.
This is going to be, I think
17.
This is episode 18.
18. So like when we get to 20, we're going to be like screaming and celebrating. And maybe we'll do some like, you know, we have a lot of special content on Patreon. And we're going to be working on doing some info stuff and going into like some history and all kinds of pictures and stuff like that. So I'm really excited.
I'm hoping to have some downloads, downloadable content that our Mai Tais listeners can print up. My recipe for my favorite Mai Tai. And we're going to work on other drinks too. So I look forward to
just more to
keep posting. We're just working hard to make it beautiful for you guys.
Yep.
And I think that's a wrap. So until we meet again, ahui ho.